What's going on, everybody? Adam here from BlackTop SmackTalk, coming to you live from the beautiful city of Seattle, Washington. Well, I'm in Seattle right now. It's nighttime here, but I'm interviewing a special guest. One I'm super looking forward to. Uh, he's out, you know, it's early in the Philippines right now. He's just getting ready to go about his day, and then has to practice for the Gilas national squad for the Philippines. I'm a huge fan. I'm honored to have special guest point guard for Gilas, Kiefer Ravena.
What's up, Adam? What's up, guys? What's up, BlackTop? Pleasure to be here. Finally, we made this happen. Man, we pulled strings together,
Yeah,
and I'm excited to be here.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Thank you again. First and foremost, how's just the day to day? You guys have been practicing. It's been a couple months because you guys went to
Yeah,
Europe. You guys went
yeah.
to China.
China. Yeah.
And now you're back in the Philippines. You have a couple games next week, or in a couple days, I believe. You have some close scrimmages. How's the training in the last week been for, or not in the last week, in the last like month or so been?
Wait, sorry. There you go. Well, it's been a little hectic. It's a little bit hard now, tough. Schedule wise, we have to squeeze in a lot of practices together. Probably as you guys have seen or read somewhere else, the team has finally been complete. Now with Jordan Clarkson coming in, Kai Soto coming in as well. A lot of bumps along the way, but I felt like we were able to make things happen. I felt like we were able to make the most out of the time that we were allowed to practice together as a team. Europe trip, China tournaments, a lot of games together as a group. I think that was the most important part. Trying to build chemistry, trying to build. What we say is, we have to know each other, how we play.
Yeah,
I guess that's gonna be our biggest advantage. There's a lot of physical disadvantages coming into the World Cup. Playing against bigger, stronger
right.
guys, and I feel like our teamwork, the brotherhood, that's what's gonna make us compete this coming World Cup.
Definitely, definitely. So, um, dating back, you had a storied college career, high school and college career in the Philippines. Uh, over at Antonino. You were a two-time UAAP champion and a two-time UAAP MVP. You're only the 10th player in history to be, a two-time MVP. So just talk about the experience because early in your college career, right off the bat, champion two times. Then as your career
Yeah.
progressed, your team didn't have as much success, but you enjoyed a lot more individual success. So talk about that. Uh, talk about that.
Well, yeah, yeah. Out here, basketball is really big. It's so big. I'm sure you got people here that can really attest to it on how passionate basketball is here in the Philippines. Ever since when I was in high school, surrounded by the hype and the pressure of really performing. I think that's what made it a lot fun for me. Being able to rise above expectations
Yeah,
and things like that. In the first part of college, having a strong team, winning back-to-back championships from the get-go. It was something that I'm really proud of and something that I really carry on till this day. Knowing that I was part of an historic run for my university, and then towards the tail end of my career, thinking professionally, this is something that I want to do. And like towards the end, I was just working on the things that I feel like I was gonna bring to the table, whatever
yeah,
team that I was gonna play in. I was working on my reads, I was working on my pick and roll, I was working on my shooting and things like that. And like we all say, hoopers, the hard work never gets unnoticed. You know what I mean? And blessed enough to get back-to-back MVPs, even though we weren't able to win championships. But I would definitely trade it for championships for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
But yeah, I think I was in a position where I had to play very well to give my team a chance to win, and not just me, everybody else. But the burden was there, and at the end of the day, I was very glad that I shared the floor with some of my best friends. And even until now, we share stories together. We share our experiences together, playing for Ateneo. And yeah, it was a cool experience, man.
Oh, definitely, definitely. So you finish your story college career, and what a lot of your fans or a lot of people don't really understand, and this is kind of how I got word of you, is you ended up coming out to the States.
Yeah,
So
I did. I
you
did.
you played you were one of the only Filipino born players to participate or practice in the G League with
Yeah.
the Texas Legends. How did what went behind going to the G League, or was it the D League at the time?
Yeah,
Or
it was definitely the D-League
yeah.
at the time.
So what
It was
yeah, what went into that?
it was just, I feel like it was just a lot of the dream, the real dream of making it to the league one day. We all carry that dream, right?
Yeah.
And I just felt like I didn't want to give myself any regrets, whether I didn't try it, I didn't make it. At least I know, I gave myself a shot.
Uh-huh.
Put myself in that position where I can control things. My effort, the way I play, and I just gave it my best. Basically, it all rooted from a dream of mine, to really play and make it to the NBA. It didn't happen though, but
Mm.
again, like what I said, it was something really personally for me, wherein I didn't want to leave anything behind and no regrets.
Yeah, definitely. And another thing too, what a lot of your fans out here in the States don't really remember either, is you played in the famous Pro-Am, the Drew League. Um
Yeah, the
talk
Drew League.
about yeah, talk about that experience.
Oh man, that was crazy. Growing up, we were just hearing about it. It was like a summer all-star game for everybody. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
all the off-season work come in, NBA guys. Uh, for people back home here in the Philippines, the closest we got to the Drew League is YouTube. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's how we knew about it. That's how we watched it. Not even games. We just watched highlights.
Mhm.
So being able to actually be part of the culture, man, that was a great experience.
How'd you do? Did you do good?
Yeah, I think I scored like 8 points. Played a little. Fortunate enough to be like a late add-in. Played
Yeah.
2 games for a team. And yeah, I mean, it was a overall just a surreal feeling knowing that during my younger days I was just watching this thing on YouTube. Now
Yeah,
that I'm part of it, part of the show, it was great.
definitely. So, playing, practicing with the Texas Legends and then playing a couple of games in the Drew League, what how did that help you grow your game? You're a point guard,
Uh
um,
huh.
real savvy point guard, can see the floor and can shoot. But what did that do for you in your basketball game, like playing against the talent out here in the States?
I think the biggest thing that it was able to contribute to my career, it's not even anything skill related. It was really more on my mental thing. It really opened my eyes on how far I was when it comes to like top level competition. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So
yeah, yeah,
it allowed me to really see myself where I was and where I want to be, and allowed me to take a step back and see what I needed to do. And a big part of that was changing my mindset. I can't be taking days off.
yeah.
I had to put in the hours, put in the blood, sweat, and tears. and have an edge, knowing that I'm not the best in terms of physical gifts. I'm not the tallest, strongest, quickest,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. I have to find an edge, and that experience really helped me find my edge. That I knew it was really more of up here.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, so that's how it allowed me to grow as a player and as a person as well.
Definitely. It must have just given you all kinds of confidence. All
For
kinds
sure.
of confidence because you're one of the premier point guards and players out in the Philippines. You come back here to you come back to the States, and then you realize like, okay, I'm not the big man on campus. Like I'm not,
For sure.
the superstar. So just
And
being able
and
to,
like and also like actually like when I would look back, back in 2016, that was 2016. That was
yeah,
what,
yeah,
7 years ago.
yeah,
So looking back, maybe in 2018, 2019, I wasn't really able to reap what I sowed
mhm,
during that time in 2016. But definitely now, in 2022, 2023, playing in Japan, that's when I feel it. That's why when people ask me, it's like, why did you go there? Why did you go there? It's
yeah,
like deep inside me is like, when you see my game, that's why I went there. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
I never really tell it to them. If I was, I'm always, it's all about for the dream. But now that I'm all a little more mature when it comes to basketball now, and having that experience back in 2016, I can say that it's this is the time where I'm reaping everything.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Sometimes it takes a little bit of experience. You sometimes you got to go through some certain things to kind of help you grow and evolve. So that's good. So you know, you went the number 2 pick in the PBA draft, uh, to NLEX. You played 4 seasons in the PBA.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
you were a one-time All-Star. You guys got to the semifinals in 2018.
Yeah.
Uh, just how would you describe your time in the PBA? I know it was
Uh,
time. It was during
I
COVID.
guess.
It was during
Yeah,
COVID
yeah,
too,
dude.
so
Yeah,
it was kind of
that's the biggest part. That was the
yeah.
biggest part. I would say I was just about to say, it was short lived. My father was a PBA player, long time PBA player.
Hmm.
Played played in the pros for 14 years. So growing up, that was the dream, dude. Like that was really the dream. And being able to fulfill that, being number two, overall pick. I have one up on my dad. He was third overall.
Yeah,
And yeah, man, it was just a really unfortunate time where I was in the middle of a pandemic. It was there were a lot of uncertainties. And basketball was actually the least of it. We had to
yeah, yeah,
survive, dude.
yeah.
We had to really think about the daily things, not even basketball.
Right.
I'm sure a lot of people can relate as well during those times. But slowly but surely, when things were getting better, but at the same time now, during those times, basketball was uncertain. A lot of protocols, a lot of rules, regulations, of government policies, which made it a little uh, difficult in terms of making decisions for my career moving forward.
Right.
That's why I was able to, come up to, an opportunity to go overseas, play in Japan, play for something that will allow me to have a better opportunity in my career, personally. So, I have nothing bad to say about the PBA, because it was my home for 4 seasons, like you said, and hopefully when time comes where I get to go back and play in front of my hometown in front of my people.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll still be the same.
Yeah, definitely. You were a part of a group, your brother, 30 Ravena, Bobby Ray Parks, Kobe Paras.
Yeah,
You guys were a part of a group that all made the transition to the
yeah,
B.League to Japan. Um, when you, for you personally, what I know you alluded to earlier about, a decision to move on, but were there any other countries that were showing interest in you, or like in anything in Europe, any other countries in
No,
Asia?
I think it was just Japan, just because
Okay.
they were the first ones to actually open their doors when it comes to like Asian imports.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We did it before in the Philippines, but it didn't last so long. But yeah, I think it was really just Japan, and now Korea, Taiwan, everything's opening it up. It's very, it's a good future, especially for the younger generations, that they get to go around, see where their talents take them, and put down all boundaries that if you're born in one country, that's the only country you can play in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So especially out here in Asia. So I think that's a big part where we were, especially 30. He was the first one to head out and really
Mhm.
break the boundaries. And yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, you played 2 seasons so far, and I've been able to watch like replays of games, like actual full games. So I've actually been able to watch some games, and I like how you're playing. It's different than in the PBA, and I'm gonna ask you this in a sec. Like, for your both seasons, you're averaging about almost 12 points and about 5 assists. Well, in the PBA, you're averaging almost close to 20 points,
yeah.
about 4 or 5 assists. What would you say the difference is playing in the league? From watching you, and I've been watching you, following your career a while. It seems like you're more like a general in Japan.
Yeah.
You're more like
Uh,
initiating the offense, getting your teammates
yeah, for
involved,
sure.
scoring when you need to, as opposed to when you're in the PBA, you're look to score first, but then you're still getting your teammates involved, but you're scoring a little bit more. So what would you say the difference between those two leagues are?
Well, I think the first one, the game itself. We play 10-minute games. In Japan, we play 12 in the PBA. So those 8 minutes in one game, that's one player's burn an entire
Yeah,
game. That makes a whole different scenario. So on the things that you can do, you can contribute, and everything else. And I think a big part of it is like the roles. In the PBA, sometimes, especially when it's like all Filipino, there's more load on you. You gotta
mm,
score, do
right,
this, do
yeah,
that, even more. And but in Japan, we have three imports. Uh, two can play together, and then locals who can actually hoop as well.
yeah,
So it's actually better because you can be efficient as long as you know how to. That's why I guess that's why the roles really change, and that's where the difference comes in. I think my role in the two leagues is really different. Probably I would say it's night and day.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, but that's why I guess, especially also when it comes to the national team, I guess a lot of people misunderstand like how my role is.
yeah,
When
yeah,
they got used to Ateneo, the PBA, scoring this and that, but when it comes to the national team and internationally, it's like the best of the best. I just have to find a place where I could play in, and I feel like being aggressive and setting my teammates up is where I'm most effective at and where I'm most needed. That's why that's where I put myself.
yeah,
Instead of like trying to just score and score and score and join the party, I know I have four other guys on the floor with me who's capable of doing that or even more. So that's where I come in as a point guard and try to balance myself. And to those who understand the game,
yeah.
that's where how I play. I come in.
Yeah, definitely. Is so are you just looking at your career right now just one season at a time? So I know you re-signed for this upcoming season. Uh, you guys unfortunately got relegated to the second division in Japan. And then you had said last month on the Six Man podcast that your team has to make the finals in order to
Yeah,
go back up.
go back. Yeah.
So is it just like, one season at a time, you'll just trying to figure it out, or or and then what's the do you
I
have more?
guess that's how one way to put it. Take it one season at a time.
Mhm.
To really focus in, the important stuff, which is go back to B1, and we'll see where we go from there. I mean,
Yeah.
the important part is now that after the World Cup, I'm heading back to Japan. See how everything goes. Try to take a little rest from the World Cup, and then I'm excited to be part of the team again. It's been a while, and every season is a challenge. Now that we have a heavier challenge in front of us, I think it's going to be fun. It's going to be a good journey again for each and every one of us, especially from the lessons that we learned from last year. And yeah, man, I mean, we're hooping. There's nothing else more fun than that. You get to play basketball, you get to compete, and you get to do something that you love.
Definitely.
Hey, brother, let me just get back to the call. I'm gonna just do something real quick. I'm gonna message you right now.
Yeah.
Just let's just like give me like 10 minutes, and then
Yeah.
I'll hop on a call.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it okay?
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good.
All right. Sorry, brother. Wait,
You
hold
good.
up. Just 10 minutes.
Yeah, you good. Okay. So yeah, you had talked about those differences in the BJ League and then in the Philippines. So, like I said, we're also talking about how you was re-signed, for this upcoming season, hoping to get you guys back up to the first
Yeah.
division. What are some goals like for the future? Obviously, going back to the PBA is one. What else is do you have any other, like, do you want to play in another country or like in a different league, or what are some goals for your playing career? Yeah.
Well, I think right now, I feel like I've found a home in Japan. Having an opportunity to play there, represent the country, in a different country as well. Having that pride that you carry, there's just a few of us out there.
Hmm.
Hopefully, it grows. Hopefully the family grows. I mean, opening up doors for the future generation of basketball players. Um, Different ways to inspire the youth. We're getting old already, so we gotta make sure that the retirement plan is set
Yeah.
in terms of in terms of the future. And I feel like this is the best move for my career, staying overseas, and just having an opportunity to be a better player, be a better person, and inspiring other people as well, bro. I think that's my main goal down the road. Once I hang up the sneakers, I would like to say that I was able to change the game back home in more ways than one for the basketball culture.
Definitely. So something that I find incredibly, like, it's just such an incredible feat, is you were the first Filipino athlete to be on Team Jordan. Um, I know in the Six Man podcast, you had touched briefly on how that came about. So was that something that um the representatives from Team Jordan were kind of like recruiting you, or did they get in touch with your agent
Uh,
and your
uh,
circle, or how did that come about?
I would say it was a long process. Just because I never really imagined that Jordan would actually get somebody from the Philippines. Lo and behold, even so, me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So growing up, I've been part of Nike for the longest time. Since I was 13 years old, I'm going on my 17th year with them now.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so I guess that was a uh, big chunk of it on how it came about. We all know, Jordan and Nike under one umbrella, but different brands. So the people in Nike, I was able to build a relationship with, and luckily, around that time when things were unfolding, Jordan was looking to expand into the market here in the Philippines, putting up the Jordan store. So they wanted to get an athlete who would actually represent their brand, their mission, and I was able to be part of it. Blessed beyond everything, to be able to be part of that brand that I was just dreaming, because it became a full circle moment to be honest, because my first ever sneakers were Jordan 9s when I was a kid. I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
have them. I still have them framed at home. We were, father and son, Jordan 9s.
Dope.
When I told them the story that this was my first ever basketball sneakers, it was full circle, bro. How life works, and again, I can't be more grateful to be part of a brand that we all look up to.
Definitely, definitely. Um, just I just have a couple more questions, man. I appreciate you. I know you have so much going on with training and the national team and everything. I just have a few more things. We touched briefly in the beginning about um the preparation for the World Cup, one of the biggest events in the Philippines, um, to ever be take place in the Philippines. So as you've been seeing your team progress since you guys were in Europe to China, and now you have the team fully, with Kai Soto healthy, Scotty Thompson is healthy, and now Jordan Clarkson is there. As a point guard, are you able to talk to Coach Reyes about things you've seen? Because you're kind of running, you're you're like an extension of him, you know. So are you able to kind of give what
Yeah,
talk to him about like what you're
for
seeing out
sure.
there and what you think the team needs to improve on, and
Yeah.
how you guys can improve and get better?
Um. Oh, for sure, for sure. I think that's the one of the greatest dynamics that we have as a team. Probably, I'm one of the more vocal ones, I would say. So some of my teammates would see something, tell it to me, then I just relay it to coach. It doesn't necessarily have to just be me in what I see.
Hmm.
And like what you said, as an extension of the coach with me and Scotty, it's a matter of communicating and being on one page. And we talked about it. We touched it in the at the start, where one of our biggest advantages will be teamwork, uh, being a family in the team.
Hmm.
So, and we have to be in one page in the smallest of things, the smallest of details, because we have very little room for error
Yeah.
in the World Cup. Yeah, it's the high, like what you said, bro. Like it's the highest stage when it comes to basketball, right after the Olympics. So,
Yeah.
and to be part of it and hold it here in our home soil, it's something to be proud of, and at the same time the pressure's there, all eyes on us, whoever's gonna play, and you know you have to be in one page, you have to
Yeah.
sail towards the right direction, and communication will be very very key. And that's one of the greatest things in our team right now. We're open to everything.
Yeah.
The competitiveness brings out fire in each and every one of us. No one wants to lose. It may not look good when we talk to each other. When you see us shouting at one another, saying this and that to one another, but as a hooper, bro,
Yeah.
it's all part of the game.
Yeah.
It's all part of the game, and nobody wants to lose. Everybody's setting their egos aside, and that's one way of showing that you're a team. Is if you take what one teammate will tell you, and at the same time, if he can, show props to you, that's being a great teammate as well.
Definitely. Definitely. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about, one of my friends who's on the team, Jamie Malonzo. You got to play with him a little bit now, for some Gilas events. And just talk about him as you know, what he brings to the team. I know he's a lot real athletic, brings a lot of energy, but playing with him, what does he bring to the table in your perspective?
Oh man, we call him Jo. And Jo brings a lot to the table. Physically, he's one of the most athletic players I've ever played with. Uh, can dribble the ball, complete package. Can shoot, drive to the hoop, and playing with Timco now with Ginebra, he definitely increased his knowledge for the game. Playing alongside LA, Scotty, Stanley Pringle, the vets.
Hmm.
Um, he was able to improve his game even more, and that's what's great about Jo. He never stops improving. Not gonna lie, he's always late though. But but yeah, I mean, like what I said, the future is bright for him. And so it's only gonna go up. Like you know him better than I do. I played with him now more than I'm used to with the national team. But man, like his upside is incredible. He gets to get more international games underneath him. He's gonna be a mainstay for the national team for years to come because he's what 25, 26 now. 20, 26, 27, something like
Yeah,
that.
so around that,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, around that age. But he's not even in his peak of his performance and body yet. So as long as he doesn't get late, he's gonna be fine.
Definitely. And one more thing about Gilas, obviously, you know, you guys have an NBA player on the team, Phenom, Jordan Clarkson. You played with him last year in the qualifiers. You played 2 games with him. What's it like playing with him? I know he brings so much attention and he brings so much to the team, but based off of an outside perspective from my outside, he seems like he just fits in with you guys.
Yeah,
He's real selfless.
for sure. Yeah, I mean, for sure, bro. Like even if you ask Jamie, he's so easy to be around with.
Mhm.
You won't hear anything. It doesn't even actually feel that he's an NBA player. To be honest, he doesn't give that vibe. Wherein you have to treat him special or different than everybody else. And I think it says a lot of your character. You know what I mean? Like it says a lot of how much you want to be with us.
Yeah.
If you're able to blend in from day one. Everybody was speculating of him not being able to come anymore or not having enough time to actually blend with the team.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But personally, I was actually surprised on how he was quick on picking up plays and knowing how to be with one another, and just gets to show how great of a basketball player he is, and even a greater person. Because it's difficult. It's a
Yeah.
different culture. It's a different. But he never really made us feel that he was an NBA player, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
But
that's
sometimes in practice we can't help but God
yeah,
damn,
yeah.
this is like Jesus Christ, like I never thought of that move.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, sometimes we can't help it, but yeah, we just have to hide it properly.
Definitely, definitely. All right, so my last couple questions, just some quick hitters. First thing that comes to your head. Um, and again, man, just before I get to these, I just want to reiterate how much I appreciate your time,
Oh,
bro.
I appreciate it, man. It was
And
good. It was nice to
yeah,
finally make this thing happen,
no,
brother.
yeah, man, it's fun for sure. Okay, so being a part of Team Jordan, what is your favorite Jordan shoe to play in?
To play in Jordan 37 lows.
The
The
37 lows.
lows.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Your favorite off-court shoe, obviously from Brand Jordan. I know you said okay. So from the Six Man podcast, I think you said the nines, the fours, the Space Jams, the
Yeah, true.
Concords, and
Yeah, I
I
would
forgot what the
I
last one
would
was.
I would say, you know, off court, I would say the Jordan 1 lows and the
Oh,
threes.
yeah. The ones
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
the
threes.
Jordan
Okay.
the one lows and the threes lifestyle, just because you know they're classic, timeless. Pair
Mhm.
it with whatever you're wearing, you know, t-shirt, shorts, jeans, you know, everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so if you were to take yourself, say to like the Drew League or a big open run, and you can pick 4 of your former teammates, who would you take?
I would take uh I would take JC. I'll take JC with me. I'd say 30. I'd get Kai Soto and who else? As a center. As a four, I would probably get four spot killing me. But for the culture, I'll take Jo with me.
I love
I'll
it.
take Jo. I'll take
I
Jo
love
with
it.
me.
I love it. And the last one I like to ask all my guests, being basketball players, we've had, you guys have had to guard really good players. So who is the toughest player that you've ever had to match up with that you had to guard?
Pierre Jackson easily.
Oh, Pierre. Oh, that's a cool. Yeah, no,
Pierre Jackson easily.
yeah,
You know, because like sometimes you'll get matched up on switches, but they're not really my matchup.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
I had to guard Pierre for 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
yeah, yeah, Pierre, easy,
yeah, oh,
not
yeah.
even close.
Oof.
We all know how P Jack is.
Yeah, no, super. Oh, yeah, super athletic. I mean, even he's still athletic now, but
Yeah.
pre-injury, oh my gosh, yeah.
Ooh,
Um,
you know who I'm talking about.
yeah, no, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, well, that about does it, man. Kiefer, I can't again, I'm so grateful for this opportunity to sit down and interview you. I've been a huge fan of yours. I told you off air that I've been following you for a while, and I'm a huge fan. I'm a big supporter of yours, man.
I appreciate it, brother.
Uh, yeah, yeah, man. So I can't thank you enough for your time. I've been looking online to try to find a Kiefer Ravena jersey, man, so I can rock it in the States, but
For
I
sure. Hey, man. Well, probably I'm gonna send some for Jo when he gets home. I'll make
okay.
sure I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna leave him one.
Okay, I'd appreciate that, man. And next time,
Yeah, for sure.
next summer, if you're going to Portland again, if you make your way to Seattle,
Oh,
man,
for sure.
dinner
We'll
on
do. We'll
me.
do.
Yeah, dinner on
I
me.
will. I will.
Yeah, dinner
Thank
on
you,
me for
brother.
sure. All right, Keith
Appreciate it,
Ravenna,
man.
thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Black Adam from BlackTop SmackTalk signing off. Thank you.
Thank you.